Hi everyone. I'm trying to figure everything out. It's my first time going live on this page. How are y'all doing? Can you hear me? Hey. Technical difficulties. And I just found out that we're not able, well, until I figure out the new features that they have with live, we have to do it from our phones. So,
Oh, okay. Um, did we put the title and everything
yeah, I put the title.
in? Okay. Well,
How is
let's get
everyone
started.
doing? How's your day going?
It's going good. It's going good.
Okay. So, I don't know how many people are watching. Oh,
There's gonna be a
it's at the top.
refresh. Just go ahead.
So we're just gonna make this like a conversation. We're not gonna put too much pressure
Without,
on ourselves because I'm already nervous and I can tell you're a little bit
I'm not.
anxious.
I just think it's funny that you're saying we're making it like a conversation, which is not making it like a conversation.
Okay, but this is our disability employment opener. I'm Tiffany Johnson. I'm the owner of Uniquely MADE, which is basically a website that offers employment and personal development and oh goodness.
Tiffany, I would like you to explain what uniquely made is because I just learned that there's an acronym for uniquely made. So could you get into that
Okay,
really quickly?
yes, I will. I will answer that. Uniquely Made is actually an acronym for uniquely motivated, ambitious, determined, and empowered. Hi
Hey,
everyone.
Kathy.
Hi Abrielle. Hi Kathy.
Finish.
And basically, I wanted that because, well, we're all unique and we all have different things that motivate us, different things that empower us, different things that we are determined about. We all have determination and we're all ambitious. So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted that to be the overall mission, basically.
Yeah. So how does that relate to what you offer?
It relates to what I offer because a lot of us, um, we get discouraged, especially in society where, you know, not a lot of things are made for us. Disabled people or people with any type of impairment. So, but we all have that drive and ambition to get to our goals and what we do. So that was the main reason for me to want to focus on helping us as a community get to achieve our career
Yeah.
goals
Yeah.
in some way.
Yes, that's why I asked you that because I felt it would help you kind of think and explain what it is that you do.
Yes.
So, Uniquely Made is about each individual being unique,
Yes.
and your services help to help
Help them
people
get
kind of stand
towards
in
that.
their unique
Uh,
being.
yes.
Would you say
And
that?
goals.
So, there's a lot of them, but name a few of these services, and then we're gonna just go ahead and talk about the ones that we're talking about today.
Well, first, I work with people to lead them in the right direction to find out what they would like to
Hi,
do.
Ariel. Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
because
hope I said that right.
because a lot of people that I've come across and talked to, they have a lot of things, sort of like myself, that they love to do, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't know what exactly they want to pinpoint or focus on.
Right.
So I help them in a way find their passion, and I will kind of guide them into turning that passion into.
How will you guide them though? Get into your services.
I basically help them to find the proper resources that will lead them on the path to what they want to do. I'm not someone that is, what's the word? I don't like to feel like I'm, hold on, I gotta sit this up. Wait,
Hey, Nick.
okay. Is it gonna stay? No, it's not. Wait, I'm sorry. Gotta put this up properly. Okay. With my services, I offer different ebooks and guides that will help um, put everything in perspective. Like if
Yes.
to me and they're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I don't know where I want to put my specific focus. I have information where they can reach out to different people's different organizations, and I have worksheets that will help them kind of like a mind map
Mm-hmm.
and kind of
So
those things.
to kind of navigate, maybe navigate, not the word, look through and discover the different services and the different ebooks and um, resources that you offer. What's your website?
My website is uniquelymade.com, actually. Excuse me. It's uniquelymade.com. That's uniquely spelled UNIQUELI made MADE.com. Um, and you can find everything, everything there from, like I said, employment resources to housing resources to personal development things. Um, because I'm also a very shy and quiet person, so I'm working on my confidence in public speaking as well. So I know how personal development can actually help a person find exactly what it is they want to do and what they want to offer to the world. So I offer that as well. And it helps because I can relate. So, yeah. But we're not only talking about myself. So, Miss Whitney, what is it that you are offering to everyone as
So,
disability employment approaches? And what is it that you do? And how can you help them?
so for those who don't know me, I'm Whitney A. Ford. I am the CEO and founder of Services by Whitney A. Ford. Similar to Tiffany, I offer a umbrella business that has an array of services. I am a certified transitional mindset coach, or just mindset coach. Sometimes I put transitional in there just so people can understand um, sort of the way that it goes in. I am an author, and with my mindset coaching, I do have courses on the way. I recently um, released my ebook entitled "The Art of Pivoting, Navigating Through Life's Challenges," which is just a little bit about myself and my story and how I've come to being a mindset coach and what my um, passion for it is teaching individuals that go through really just any and every type of challenge in life, how to navigate through that. Because in life, you see an oversaturation of how you do this and how you do that, and get into straight into the meat of things when there's a basic way to cope through things, and there's a right and a wrong way. However, with this particular topic, um, I will be offering my certified professional writing services.
Right.
I am a certified professional resume writer. I have packages that include cover letters, the resume, and thank you letters for, after getting the position that one is going for, as well as I do business write ups. I do editing for things just from the professional bios to just pretty much any work that may need editing. And all these things connect together to me because just like Tiffany said, we have people wanting to go in different areas and just not knowing how. Some may look at my business and think like this is just some random stuff just scattered everywhere, but it connects. At least in my mind, it does. And we want to come together and present our offerings for Disability Employment Month as two individuals who are living with
Yeah.
disabilities. I was born with spina bifida, and Tiffany was born with cerebral palsy.
Diplegia, cerebral palsy. Um, and as I said earlier, we live in a society that actually was not built with us in mind as a community. And this month is important because there are so many of us that are still,
Hi,
myself
Allison.
included, still trying to navigate and be able to live productively in this society.
So, we want to get into, and it may seem like a little counterintuitive, but that's not the word. It may seem a little redundant to get into it, but we want to get into what Disability Employment Month is.
Yes. You want to go ahead? Or you wanted to go ahead and
I can. So, Disability Employment Month, well, the history rather, started out as actually a week in the 40s, and it was entitled, and this might not be word per word what it was entitled, but it was basically, employ the physically handicapped week all the way
yes,
until 88 only,
20 later.
which is not long ago. Um, and it was renamed Disability Employment Month. And that's important to me because with this opener and what we're about to offer you all, it's not going to be, just for the physically disabled because that's not all that the word covers.
Disabled people.
Or, yeah, that's not all that the the being covers.
And also, I just wanted to put this out. I believe I may have the dates a little off, but the second week of October is actually Invisible Disabilities
Yeah,
Week, Awareness Week. So that this is a good segue into what you're talking about.
yes, because we're not just though we live with physical disabilities, I actually live with physical and invisible disabilities.
Yes, me as
But
well.
we want to not make it rigid into one type of disability. We want to help those living with hidden disabilities, physical disabilities, mental disabilities, because
Yeah.
we all face that same stigma.
And as far as how I was about to say something and I just forgot. I had a brain blank.
It'll come back.
Go ahead,
I just said it'll come back.
because it was just there and just left. Um, as well as wanting to open it up to many different disabilities, we wanted to let everyone know, at least I did. I wanted to let everyone know that it does not matter what, why does it keep leaving me? I'm gonna just say, I would save it for the end. I'm gonna save it for the end. But we did have topics we wanted to talk about during this live. And one of the topics were misconceptions of employing people with disabilities.
My sound went out for a second there. Um, so I didn't get to hear anything you just said.
I said, we did have topics we wanted to talk about. And one of the topics were misconceptions of hiring people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Now, I know for me, I've had situations where I would be almost in the door, and then as soon as they heard or found out I was disabled, their tune changed. Now, I know that's discrimination to the highest point, but it's still very much alive because a lot of people feel that hiring us is a liability. They feel like accommodating us is too expensive, but that's not true. And that's another reason why I wanted to give this offer and help our community do more. Hold on one second. One second.
So, so Tiffany was saying that yeah, we know, you know how it is, and they say if you want it done right, do it yourself. So Tiffany and I are, we actually came across one another, what, like 10 years ago?
It was probably,
Was it 10 years ago? It wasn't that long ago, was
it
it?
was like, I think it was right before you,
Yeah, it was before I competed for Miss Wheelchair Alabama,
for that.
because I interviewed with you before and after.
Yep.
So just two like-minded individuals coming together to
Who had a
write a message.
common, yeah, we had a common interest.
Yes, even now. But like you were saying, they feel like it's too expensive. They feel like it's a liability. But we want to talk about some of the, um, of course, the obvious benefits of having diversity in the workplace. And too many times when we talk about diversity in general, not even just in the workplace, we society tends to stop at nationality and race and gender and leave out abilities.
Yeah, they do. And it's actually really sad because a lot of the time it's like they're judging us before we they even get to know what we're capable of doing. And I won't say it's all the different businesses and companies. It, it's some of the laws they have in place as well. Um, they kind of put us in that box, because even if we do get hired, have an opportunity of getting a job, they're still able to pay us less. No one talks about that. They still
No, we don't.
to um yeah, Kathy. I think everyone has been um they're still able to stigmatize, you said. Um and it's just unfair. So basically what guided me to even start doing this was the fact that I had to take matters into my own hands.
Like I just said, if you want to get it done, you got to do it yourself.
So
Um, Go ahead.
with the offer that I will be offering everyone with my employment guide, it comes with information that I have found over the years of my own job search when I was searching for work before I decided to turn
And what is the employment guide
the
specifically?
employees an e-guide filled with information on job searching, interviewing, um, finding your passion, um, different um, job networks. I have different job networks in there as well. And also, if you want to go through, say, um, and find out what Social Security has to offer, like um, this, they have this thing called the Ticket to Work, and I think it's called like Path to Self-Sufficiency. They also have that as well. Um, and I have just information about entrepreneurship. It's filled with information. So it's just an overall guide that can help you if you need it to pinpoint what you want to do. And if you already know what you want to do, but don't know how to actually go by getting there, it'll help you do that as well.
So what we're offering is, of course, we're spreading the awareness. We're giving these facts and everything, and we're doing this because we want to offer these services in an attempt and an effort to combat these things. So
Yes.
with Tiffany's e-guide, in a lot of situations, not even just ours, certain things happen because you don't know, because you don't know what to say when this happens. So you end up having to deal with what you get.
Mhm.
And with that ebook, there's resources and knowledge that can help some.
I lost. And we're back. First time live issues, you guys. Forgive me. Hold on 1 second. Let me add. Hi everyone, we're back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you. So I don't even know what we were last talking about because I couldn't hear anything.
I actually do. So, we were talking about how we're offering these things to, well, that's what I was saying when you couldn't hear. You were talking about how, they write us off and all these things and what your ebook, e-guide, entails. And I was telling our viewers how these two offers do work together, and this is why we're bringing them together, because there's a disconnect, and of course, I think you could hear me when I said, that sometimes you're not able to overcome certain hurdles and everything because you're just not equipped with the right know-how.
Yeah.
And with the guide, there's the aspect of once you're in the room, and with resume writing services, it's the aspect of helping you get in the room.
Yeah.
With, yes, you may feel however you may feel about my being different, but you cannot deny the facts of my skill, my experience, my education, and to even take it a step further, once I'm in this room, I'm mentally and physically equipped with the know-how to combat any discrimination and just angles that may come with getting in the room.
Yeah.
So you're not,
Okay.
it's not to where you have to go with both of these aspects, get what fits for you. However, they work well together, is what I was saying. I also got into, I am offering my packages, which come with a mandatory consultation, so that things are talked about more in depth of why maybe you left this job and where we should put this with this in mind, a certain experience you may have, and those packages are a little bit more high ticket than what I am also bringing to you all, which will be resume templates. And with the templates, you still get guidance. There's tips and nuggets in the margins of, hey, with this type of resume, you want to position it this way. Glad you're back, Kathy. And with this type of resume, you want to position it this way. Now, in the templates, there's two different offerings for a type of template. You have the functional resume template, and then you have the chronological resume template, because you have and I'll just get into what those are best for.
Mm-hmm.
The chronological resume is best for one who has a comfortable amount of work experience and has maybe been out of school for at least 5 years or so, and they're more comfortable sharing, hey, um, I've worked for these places, and in that type of resume, your work experience is sort of the star of your personal branding document. Whereas in a functional resume, maybe you're in a place in your journey where you haven't had a lot of on the job experience, but you have skills. You know, you've done volunteer work, you have certifications. This is the type of resume where those things will be the main character. And maybe if I was speaking to individuals not necessarily on this topic, it would also be best for someone maybe they recently graduated and they're not yet fully into their field as of yet. So those two things will be offered. And before we lost sound, we were getting into, we've talked about what we're. I'm glad you're
Well,
back. We're getting into not just what these offerings are, but why them with Tiff and Wit is such an incredible offer, and why you should take advantage. And that was when I asked Tiffany if she wanted to get into it, and she couldn't hear me. So, Tiffany?
I personally want to piggyback off of your last resume template that you were talking about. That would be um, beneficial for maybe people that don't have a lot of work experience but has skill. Um, that would also be beneficial to a lot of people with disabilities because
Correct.
not a lot of us have traditional work experience, but we do have a lot of skill.
Yes.
So it's very important to be able to play up those skills when it comes to looking for um, employment. Because
And
I know when I first started my journey, I did not have work experience at all, but I had a lot of skill working with different organizations, doing different things that looked really well on a on a resume. Once I knew exactly what to say and how to format it so that it'll look good to whoever I was applying
yes,
for during a job.
a lot of times we can get down on ourselves thinking, well,
Yeah.
since I haven't done what people um, deem as the big stuff, that what I've accomplished doesn't matter, and it does. That's just a way to make it shine. And there's positions that are looking for, you know, have you worked in this arena, and then there's just some that are looking for somebody who know how to do a certain thing. So don't don't count yourself out because of that.
At all. And a lot of the things that you do in everyday life are actually things that you can place on your resume. It's
Yes,
about knowing how to present it.
yes. So again, getting into why this is a special offer, not just because of what they are, but because this is a limited time offer and specifically in honor of Disability Employment Month, which starts October 1st.
It starts October 1st, and it will be going throughout the month of October. It will end on October 31st. But this opportunity is special because it is, I don't want to sound cliche, but it's for us by people in the community that we're serving, and we understand, and it's not something that we're just throwing at you and like, here. Everything is very well planned out, and we are open to questions anytime you need it on any one of our pages. Whitney's page will be tagged in everything, as it already is. I'm sure you all have seen. It will be tagged, and we will answer everything that we possibly can to help. You're not left alone at any point. Um, and we just hope that you all enjoy it. Yes, um, yes, please list that you have a disability. Um, not on, well, on your resume, would you?
Um, I wouldn't list on the resume. I wouldn't necessarily hide it either.
I would definitely say, when you
But
get
on the resume, I mean, your resume is more so about
your skills
your
and
skills and whatnot. So it's kind of a yes and no. I wouldn't just put, I have spina bifida. However, there's ways to work it in.
yeah,
Like say, um, if I'm being that I'm a speaker, applying for um, a speaking position, obviously for Tiffany and I's niches, I'm going to speak to it anyway. However, I would work it in as, speaking to those navigating through life challenges as an individual living with spina bifida, um, hydrocephalus, generalized anxiety disorder. So that's how it would work it in. So I guess yes and no. Um, Being that I know your diagnosis and I know you, um, there are ways that you can work it in because you would, I imagine you're asking because with it being what it is, you don't want them to not know because you will need accommodation. So it goes back to what we were saying about the skills. You want to work in a inviting way, not in a way that um, what word am I looking for? You want to speak well of yourself. Speak of yourself in a way that's like not just I have this issue, but in a way that I'm thriving with my whatever I have going on.
yeah.
So I
And
would
I
say you would, but not literally. People have not literally in a sense of like just putting it there plainly because you don't want there to be just a open space for open interpretation.
Yeah. I would say definitely wait until you get a call or an interview. Definitely tell them about your disability. But like she said, you want to speak of yourself in a very kind way. You want to play up your skills, but also let them know, like, this is what I deal with, but it will not stop me from, and even
Yes, like for example, if if I um, was a contractor, for example, just throwing something out there, I have um, worked on this many contracts, um, you know, despite what have you. Um, and even on that resume, I wouldn't necessarily have to say with spina bifida because with me saying that on that resume and then I walk into the room, they're saying, ah, this is the person that has done that. So it's not really necessary in certain situations, but that's where the consultation comes in to where we work together and find out what fits depending on that position and yourself and your disability.
yes.
Well, Alice, go ahead.
Um, yeah, I was reading Aubriel's comment, and I was saying that you definitely have to inform them, but it should be something that,
In a way that's uplifting for yourself.
yes, yes, you definitely have to speak highly of yourself, but let them know that this could potentially, you know, be something that could cause me to be slow at some point, or, you know, not be able to move as fast, but it will not stop me from getting my job done.
Yes, I mean, and because of the world we live in, I think we can think of it in a more I don't know the word, a more zoomed in type of way. But think of it like this: even those who aren't living with what we're living with on the in the arena of applying for a position have weaknesses and they
Yes,
have strong points. Um, and different strong points and different weaknesses
but
change depending on the position you're going for
in the environment you're in.
and the environment you're in. You know, in an arena for speaking and inspiring, they of course we all know they eat that up.
Yeah.
Um, which can also, in some instances, be a good thing and sort of a overshadowing thing too. So it's all in how you word it. If you want it to be in the forefront, or you just want to mention it as a, you know, so you know. But what I was trying to get Tiffany to get into was that these things are ways to help us to, in an effort to combat the stigmas and all that. And yes, we're here. Um, our, our messages, our emails, and I do want to share while it's on my mind that we have an email for them with Tiffany. It's damwithtiffandwith365@gmail.com for all of the questions that you may, maybe you think of something after the live is over. But what I wanted to get into is that we're not just offering them alone, we're offering them for 25% off all October.
Got that. We are. All of everything we're telling you about at this very moment is 25% off the entire month of October. So, which is actually a good thing. Because, well, we can't say, what am I trying to say? Never mind. Just, so we hope that you all take advantage of it. And of course, let us know any questions or anything that we could possibly add to what we already have.
Yes, because this isn't just something we're doing one time. We're going to do this every year in honor of Disability Employment Month.
And I promise you, next year I will be better at talking.
You're talking just fine, Tiffany. I was going to ask you, do you know how to pin a comment?
Since I don't go on live a lot, no.
I don't either. But
But
I did want to put the website in the comments.
we can put.
I don't know how to pin it, but we can put it in the comments.
Let me see. 1 second, I'll get the website.
But I appreciate all of you guys for coming in and contributing to the conversation. And even if you're not someone who is in a position where you will need, she's about to go ahead and post the website, Kathy, and you can go ahead and click there and decide which, or if maybe all, whatever you want to do, and jump in and take advantage of this offer. She just posted it. It's right below your comment. What was I going to say? If you do decide to do a resume writing package, please make sure that you do go ahead and schedule a consultation. And you don't want to actually just anything else as of yet. Reason being is during the consultation is when I will give you the code to get 25% off for your service.
And if you go to my website and you decide to purchase the employment guide, the 25% off is already taken off. So you will actually get the guide instead of $25. It will be like $18.75, I think. Yeah.
And if you do the templates, you don't get consultation. But I do want to be able to work alongside with you for the packages more uniquely.
Yeah. And also,
so,
like she said, we thank you all for coming into the live, engaging with us, and having an open conversation. And we would like for, if you know anyone else that need our services or help, please. Oh, that's great, Kathy.
Yes, I recognize you.
If you know anyone else that
I'm
may
alumni as well.
need our services, please don't hesitate to share the site with them and send them our way. We want to help as many people this month and years to come.
And the conversation does not have to stop here. On Twitter, on Facebook, on all social media, if you want to contribute to the conversation, if you want to say you want to share the flyer for what we're doing, if you want to ask a question and say you don't want to write an email and have to, you know, maybe await our response, go ahead and post your question, post the flyer, and use the hashtag DEM with Tiff and Wit. That's DEM with Tiff and Wit. Go ahead and if you're going to tag us, you can tag Uniquely Made, or are you fine with them tagging your personal
Yes.
page? Our personal page is Tiffany Ann. You can tag myself. My personal page is Whitney A. Ford. My business page is Services by Whitney A. Ford, LLC.
That's your platform?
I'm sorry, what's your platform?
Yeah, thank you, Abrielle.
Because, I kind of lost my thought there. We want to get the word out. This is not just something we're doing to, we appreciate, the support, but we're doing it as a service. We want to service as many people as we possibly can. So please help us in doing that. Of course, we have peers and others that didn't get to make it to this live. And people on our social media feeds who don't even know that this is going on. Help us to get the word out.
Yes.
And to, to make strides and create a way in changing things for those like us, the same way that Disability Employment Month started off as a week and was broadened, we can broaden things that much more for those coming after us.
Yeah, because this conversation is something that will be going on forever, actually.
I just realized I didn't share with you on my website. I asked Tiffany what hers was, but I didn't share it. My website is whitneyaford.com. Just my name.com. There you can find not only the professional resume writing packages, templates, you can find links to my books. You will find coming soon links to my courses and blogs and different things to continue to encourage each other in our journey.
Kathy said her platform is how much we need jobs.
I love that. Kathy, we definitely want to keep in touch and perhaps we can work together
in the future.
Not even, I don't mean, next year. I mean, in pushing what what we're doing right now, and maybe doing another live and having you talk about your platform.
Yeah.
Just email them with tiffandwit@gmail.com, and we'll schedule something to get you on board with what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'll post the Gmail.
Okay.
It's them with Tiffandwit 365, right?
Yeah. And so pin it. You hold it down and it says pin comment. So there you go.
Oh, did you pin the website then?
Yes, I did.
Great.
I can unpin it.
Can you pin more than one thing? I don't think you should have to unpin it. I mean, I'm sure she'll see it. Unless do we need to pin it, Kathy? I don't see the website pinned on my end.
I pinned it.
Maybe I just can't see it from here.
Well, see, it said that I
I see the little pin